The nationwide. Here we go.
You have to turn a little off.
Up here is how you focus out or focus in. And you just turn it.
Very
You want to
good.
focus in on him. There you go. And you just, and there he is.
Okay.
Okey-doke.
Okay.
If he does all of that, that might make it difficult.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. We're going to talk about this word for a while, the absorptive state. That's after you eat. So what are you absorbing in the absorptive state? Nutrients. Okay. I'm taking the nutrients and I'm absorbing them. What organ absorbs stuff? Small intestine. So someone give me a time frame. How
20
long
minutes.
after I eat do I absorb?
20 minutes.
20 minutes up to when?
4 hours.
About an hour. Okay, so we're going to say 20 minutes to about an hour. You know, don't have a stopwatch, okay? But approximately an hour after you eat, you're in the absorptive state. You're absorbing the nutrients from your food. Whoop-de-da. What are you going to do with those nutrients you absorb? Hey, good. So, let's look at that. Here we go. Here I am in my absorptive state. Here's dinner. I'm breaking it down. I'm going to start doing stuff with them. So let's figure out what we're doing. Angela mentioned some. Let's start on this side. Tell me what's going on here with my nutrients. The answer is always on the slide. That means making things. Okay, it's a long night. Okay. Making structures. So I can use my food to build something, like what? Hair,
Epithelial tissue.
skin, epithelial tissue, mucus, muscle, whatever. So I'm going to build stuff. Okay. I can also use it to make something else. What else could I make? Let's get the second box. What are these? Hormones. So I can make a bunch of chemicals out of it. So I can build something. I can make chemicals. All right, what's my third choice with my absorptive state? I can pee it out, excrete it. I can get rid of it. I didn't like it, I'm going to junk it. Okay. What's my fourth choice? We're going to zip over, these are basically those. We're going to go over to this side. What's that? Storage. I can store it for later. Or, number 5, the last choice is what? Burn it. Make energy. So in my absorptive state, I'm going to be absorbing nutrients and basically doing 1 through 5. Build it, build something, pee it, store it, burn it. That's your choice. Make sense? Okay, now let's go over here and do something later. So it's been longer than an hour or whatever. What state are you in if you're no longer absorbing?
Resting? Digestion.
Nope, nope. It'll be after I absorb, therefore it's going to be post-absorptive state. So this will be after that hour and a half. So figure, around 3 o'clock after your lunch. I'm in the post-absorptive state. What am I going to do in the post-absorptive state?
Sleep.
What's that guy?
Is that when it's at the liver by this point?
And what am I going to do at the liver at this point?
Elevate.
Close, close.
Regulate the nutrients.
Let's go back over here. Remember when I was in absorptive state, I did all this stuff, including storing it, right? I've used all this up. What am I going to do now to stay alive?
Start using the storage.
Start using the storage. I'm going to remove from storage. So the difference that Martini takes 10 pages to explain is absorptive state is when I'm going to store the nutrients or use them. Post-absorptive is when I have to take them out of storage to stay alive. Checking savings. Okay, that's what you have here. You all right with that? So what we're going to do now is add the vocabulary. to this grand event. Let's make some doctor language. All right. So I'm going to go through my absorptive state. Better pen. So I'm going to take glucose. Remind me what glucose is. That's sugar. So I eat a Snickers bar. Poof, here it is. I'm absorbing a Snickers bar. Let's say I want to store my Snickers bar. What do I do to store it? How do I store a Snickers?
Break it down first.
I break it down into glucose and then store it as what?
Glycogen.
What was it?
Glycogen.
Glycogen. So I'm going to make it as glycogen. Okay, can someone tell me the name for taking sugar and making glycogen from it?
Glycolysis.
No.
Dehydration.
What was it?
Condensation.
Ooh, so close. Glycogenesis. Let's review those words. What does it mean to do genesis? To make or create. Glyco from glycogen. So I'm making glycogen. I'm storing sugar. There's a way to say glycogenesis. So in your absorptive state, your glycogenesis is singing. Okay? Let's do another one. I can have amino acids that I broke down. I can store them. What do amino acids get stored as? From biology 112, what is it? Protein. All right. Go back. Don't like you. So what is that process called?
Protein anything?
Protein genesis. It's totally weak. By the way, this isn't even in books. I created it, so there it is. Protein genesis. Let's keep going. Fatty acids. What do I store fatty acids as? Lipids. Or fat or adipose tissue. What do we call it when I store fat?
Lipogenesis.
Lipogenesis.
Is that one real?
That is real. On every billboard. Okay. What word do they all have in common? Genesis. Okay. So when you're in the absorptive state storing it, we call that a genesis process. You're going to be doing genesis words. The suffix will be genesis. So I'm creating storage. I'm storing it away. So when you put your paycheck in the bank, you're genesising it. Okay, let's go over here, post-absorptive state. I've used everything up, I gotta get it out of storage. So let's see. I'm gonna take glycogen, and I'm gonna break it back down into what? Back into glucose. Give me the language of that process.
Hydrolysis.
Not glycolysis, but very close.
That was hydrolysis.
That is what it is, that's actually the specific name. You're right, it's hydrolysis. Glycogenolysis. So, let's see, glycogen from that, what does lysis mean? To break apart, to split, to use up. So, I'm breaking apart my glycogen, I'm taking it out of statings. So, glycogenolysis. So, let's see this one. We're going to do protein. And we're going to turn it into what? Amino acids again. Give me the language of that.
Protein
So close. This one's actually called proteolysis. This one actually does have a name. Proteolysis. All right. So let's do our last one. What's my last choice going to be? Lipid. Back into what? Fatty acids again. What's that called? Lipolysis or lipolysis. You can say lipolysis, it just sounds